Hello everyone, my name is John Michael Bushman and welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and today we will be in tryhard mode because what you're looking at here is now my new preferred meta deck. Um, Naturia Runic, or as I prefer to call it, Rules of Nature. So this is a meta-ish deck over there in the TCG land, and ratios can vary here and there, but this is one of the most common. This is basically an amalgamation of everything that I've come to research over time. Although again, we are playing with a completely different man list here on Master Duel because, as you can see here, a lot of basically all of the best runic cards have all been semi-limited just to hit the consistency of this deck, and of course to hit the repeatability of this deck. So if you haven't been playing Master Duel over the past like year now, I guess, or maybe even close to 6 months, Runic was all over the place, and probably the most common way that you would face off against Runic is the stun variant, where if you can take a gander here at our prison cell, yeah, all of these cards all support Runic, even though they're like non-bows like Skill Drain. They would still run it because it just completely shuts down a lot of decks, no matter what build you are. So that's the runic part, but some of the other stuff in here, stuff that you probably haven't seen, such as the Naturias. Most of the older Naturias have, well, let's just say that they were not future-proofed, because barely any of them have once per turns. It was only with the release of basically Camellia's generation where Konami finally said, you know what, we should give these guys once per turns, or else they're gonna break the game in half, and well, they almost did. But Naturias uh, generally they're like a bad deck. Just being supported by a lot of other engines instead, or some cheesy strats like there was this like combo Adamant Spitter combo deck that I faced off some time ago, where he used Naturia Bamboo Shoot, if I remember the name correctly. He tribute summons it so that the opponent it basically locks the opponent out of doing anything here. Yeah, and these are my ratios of choice. I would go over the card by card, but I think it's a lot better to just to explain this as I play along. But if we're gonna give it an overview, Mole Cricket here is basically a rescue cat for the archetype, and he is eternally recurable. For as long as your graveyard is not shut down, Mole Cricket will keep coming back. If you summon a Synchro monster here, Mole Cricket comes back. If you summon a monster from the graveyard, Camellia is also a revival on top of the other shit that she does. Sunflower is a non-once per turn monster negate, if you can believe that. Although, granted, I have run into problems with this specific build because you chew through your monsters very, very quickly. And I mean, you have no idea. You basically eat through your entire Naturia lineup probably within 2 turns. That's how hungry this deck is for its resources, and hopefully by that point you would have the runic half of your deck keeping you alive and in the game somehow. Because this deck is the big problem with a lot of the Natura stuff. This deck dies to back row based negation. Solemns. Some people have even resorted to using solemns and to stop runic, but otherwise, a good Harpy's Feather Duster is just as good. The only, I think this is a new-ish piece of support, Naturia Blessing. As you can see here, it does a lot of stuff, but none of it says it's once per turn. So basically, if you have multiples in hand, you can just go full combo. Of note, I only have one of each of Beast and Barkion. They are basically plans. They're basically both Plan Bs, because they both start with a B. Good coincidence there. But I also have a really really funny choice here of including Naturia Exterior as well. It's based. You could potentially go into it, but more often than not, you're going to rely on the runic half of the deck to stop your opponent from doing their shenanigans. Of note, Called by the Grave is a quick play spell, which also triggers Runic Allure, and Runic Allure triggers off of any, and I mean any quick play spell card. So yeah, and Natura Sacred Tree, the first sentence, if that part's not once per turn. The any at any point, if it's sent to the graveyard, just search an Ashuria. The other ratios here, apart from the obvious ones, Flashing Fire, Golden Droplet, Smiting Storm, and Dispelling. There are some conflicting stuff that I've seen in my research in building this deck. Some people only run 2 of each, of basically everything, and then support everything else with more hand traps. But definitely the brickiest ones of the bunch are Smiting Storm and Dispelling. I have tried an oops all hand traps build of Runic, and it sort of works, but you're gonna be hard pressed for negation soon after the fact. You could do that, an oops all hand traps build, and then just use pots to thin through your deck even faster. But yeah, I mean, until the new Runic support comes out, we're gonna be playing only, honestly, the 2 best ones. Moonin is not that good, believe me. Believe me, I have tried. So yeah, we're gonna see if the Metal Gear Rising Revengeance memes are gonna take over this video or not. Probably not, because we will be copyright struck. See you guys in duels. You always want to go first with this deck because at its core, Runic is a control deck, and this is a shitty opening hand, all things considered. Hmm. Well, we could start by baiting out their negation for their Ash Blossoms first, because you know, it's always good to start with that. And in the Ash Blossom slot, I have Triple Tactics Talent instead, because I've heard that this card is really good in the Kashtira format. So and I have been playing this deck off cam, and it's been going pretty goddamn well for me. So we're gonna only start with a Runic. Okay, opponent lets that one through. That is interesting. They have something for this. Okay, we will activate Hugin. Search. We'll keep triple tack in hand. Then we will search this Runic Fountain. And then we'll play Runic Fountain last. We're gonna start with our Naturia stuff first. Okay, Camellia, trigger. Then normally this is the part where we said Sacred 3. Actually no, that's usually always, that's always the correct choice, sending Sacred 3, because a once per turn search is always Gucci. Alright, we could get to Mole Cricket, but yeah, we should just go into Mole Cricket here. We have Maxi, and we have basically a way to protect Runic Fountain here. So yeah, this board looks innocuous, but believe me when I say this is pretty average. This is average. I did not draw into a critical mass of Runic spells, and I drew into like the 2 Birkis ones at that. So we're gonna see if our opponent can fight through this, which I'm pretty sure they can-ish. Otherwise, they could just, you know, surrender and just give me a free win, which usually happens. Okay, starting off with a pot of extravagance. That's fascinating. Okay, sure. That is a-okay to me. Draw your 2 cards. What else are you going to do here, opponent, with your 2 extra cards? What are you going to do? I mean, you do have, you haven't touched my board yet, I haven't touched your board, so we're gonna see what our opponent has for us here. They could probably just, they could, you know, do the unexpected thing and just set 1 card, pass the turn, because I'm not gonna attack anyway, and we are playing off against Stun. Or, you know, this could just be a way to stall out an Emancipated board, which is also a possibility. But of note, Camille can hit over Fossil Dyna. Oh my god. Although, yeah, she can hit over Fossil Dino. Even though, since we used one of the runic spells last turn, we will not be able to go into combat here. But I think this is it's okay, because we can use Camellia here to get rid of Fossil Dyna. And then just chip in for our 200 points of damage. Oh my god, this is definitely stun because they're sitting so many cards here. Oh boy, so Maxi is a lot more dead than I thought. Let's see what our draw gives us here. Flashing Fire is not one of them. So we're gonna go into combat first. Yep, well, we'll at least try to go into combat. And yeah, we won't be activating any monster effects anyway, so we're gonna see Ring of Destruction. That's interesting, sure. I'll take, I think 700? No, we both take 14. Okay, sure. What else are you gonna do, opponent? Okay, draw for turn. Let's see what my opponent's gonna do here. Okay, my opponent is attacking. Of course, I cannot do anything about that. Okay, let's see what else my opponent's gonna do. I mean, this could just literally be a stun variant, which we're not definitely not gonna be far from the truth here. But we unfortunately do not have a way to get rid of Fossil Dyna because he wasn't special summoned. So we're gonna. Oh boy, this is a dead card anyway, so we're gonna do that, and then we can draw our cards. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, we're just. I mean, we do have two other cards in the graveyard, so we can draw three. Come my opponent's turn. Let's see what he's gonna do here. Okay, main one, sure. Going to combat. It's fine. Going into that. Okay, sure, that happens. That's fine. I think I should have activated it there, but okay, that giving you an opportunity. I guess that we could also just use Runic Slumber to basically fog an attack, which is basically the same as protecting Maxi here, but I prefer Maxi in the graveyard anyway. So I guess it's fine? Question mark. Now we're gonna see what the rest of their deck holds. Once we draw our cards with Runic. Okay, it is stun because no other deck uses Seal of Orichalcos, Macro of Cosmos. Why do you have Seal of Orichalcos? Just to give your opponents, just to give just to give your monsters a 500 attack boost. I mean, I'm not complaining. Any way to increase the clock is always nice. Okay. Okay, that is not exactly what I'm looking for, but we can negate Fossil Dyna once it comes to my opponent's turn. So let's see here. Right, another triple attack. Essentially a dead card in this matchup. Okay. So we get Freezing Curse. We're gonna negate Fossil Dyna here. Okay. Although it's scary that these two back row are in the Imperm columns, so we could potentially face off against more problems here. Okay, yep, it is stun because we managed to banish an Inspector Border. No, you will not use that one just yet. Okay, now we can. I think we can pop off hard-ish. Yeah, because we have a Camellia in the graveyard. Alright, yeah, we can sort of do this. Okay, then we get Mole Cricket here. There we go. Unless my opponent has something for the back. Okay, nothing. We're gonna get these two. Get Camellia and Sunflower. Trigger Camellia. Okay. Do you have something for this opponent? No, you do not. Alright. We're gonna send Sacred 3. Sacred 3 will trigger. Do you have something for this? I'm pretty sure you do. Okay, you still don't. We're gonna add another Naturia Blessing, and because of how things are looking up, I think Barkion is basically a KO against this deck. Alright, doing compulsory evacuation device instead. Okay, while that's in the clear, we can do this now. We're gonna special summon a Runic. Okay. And then we're gonna get Jerry, because if he tries to attack Jerry, I can just destroy the monster that he tries to, or rather, I can destroy any of his cards. I can destroy any of his cards on the field. So we're gonna draw our 2. Okay. Any order. Okay, we have a negation for next turn. Um, so we're just going to revive the other Camellia here. I think he sort of knows this, but we're gonna see. We'll revive the other Camellia. Oh, okay, that happens. And then we're gonna get to Barkion. Go. Boop, boop. Then a lot of our monsters are bigger than theirs anyway, so I think this is fine. Okay, then that happens. Then as much as I would love to just fusion Exterio onto the field, I don't think now is the time. I think it can wait, especially for next turn. So because triple attack is a dead card-ish, I should have just now that I think about it, I should have just moved the discard instead. But oh, we are very committed. Okay, try to go into combat. Oh no, the battle phase is skipped. Sure. Yeah. Barkion is definitely a very hard card to for them to combat. Unless they draw into exactly okay, Feather Duster is fine. We're gonna do this. We're gonna negate Fossil down here just to mill at least 2 cards off the top. And then because this is a dead card anyway, we're gonna max C because why not? I highly doubt my opponent is gonna be good with some special summoning. Okay, now that that's negated, we can activate our old cricket here. Alright, cool. Bait it. Then again, I did bait him into using his Feather Duster here. So I guess that's a win in my books. So we're gonna see here. Opponent is definitely gonna be thinking about Barkion here because this isn't a once per turn negate for his trap cards. In my off-cam games, Barkion can more often than not overperform, especially in Master Duel. Because more often than not you see Beast over Barkion because there are far more powerful spell cards than there are trap cards, and Barkion's cost to negate is a lot steeper compared to Naturia Beast. But Beast basically fuels Barkion, but in this case, sometimes getting Barkion down first is gotta be way better compared to doing anything else. Mage power, sure, we're gonna get Mole Cricket. We'll make him do his thing. Okay. We'll summon Camellia because why not? There we go. Then Camellia will activate. We'll send the last Sacred 3. Sacred 3 will trigger. We'll get the last Naturia Blessing. There we go. And he could try to go into combat here, get rid of my Camellia, but he does know that I have another one in hand. So there's also that. Okay. What's he gonna attack? Okay, hitting over Barkion. Okay. That's fine. That just will make me work a little harder. Okay. Okay, he's setting a card, so that's definitely Inspector Border. So I should have warned you guys that this deck plays really slowly because it's a control deck. Its draw power basically relies on Runic Fountain, so you're gonna be expecting a lot of slow chicanery with this deck. Sure, that's fine. We're gonna try to mill them here, make them draw one. But this is basically a banish. This is basically a banish 5. This is why I like Golden Droplet a lot. Because it basically removes 5 cards out of my opponent's deck and just makes them inch ever closer to losing. So there's also that. Okay, he allows that to happen. We're gonna try to draw cards here. We're gonna turn these 2. Okay. Oh, I just realized we cannot special summon. Oh dear. Because Fossil Dyna is active again. Ooh, we already do our cards. It's not worth sending stuff to the graveyard now, so we'll just put up a defense wall. He could, I mean, he will definitely not attack Jerry anytime soon. So there's also that. So yeah, this duel is gonna take a while to finish. So I'll just update you guys once either my opponent loses or I'm the one who loses. It's usually one of the two. So we'll see you guys there. Okay, we're back, and unfortunately, my opponent was able to assemble enough power on board to stop whatever it is I was doing before I managed to mill him out. And he did get into another normal summonable monster so that he can get in for the final points of damage. And I mean, it also helps that he managed to Raigeki. So yeah, a loss is a loss. So we'll just move on to the next duel. Let's see. I'm going first. So this is a decent ass opening hand. So we're gonna see. What if my opponent even allows me? It's a 35 card. It's a 40 card deck, so they could be playing a pretty tight list here. And Cyframe Diagram. Right, I forgot that this is like one of the rewards for from the most recent battle pass. All right, Camellia. Let's bait that negation. Do you have something, opponent? Nature base is usually better on the blind. Ash Blossom. Sure. Good thing you wasted it on that rather than everything else that I have here. Sure. So we're gonna use Slumber. Then we're gonna summon Hugin. Okay. Okay, Hugin gets onto the field. There are certain builds of Runic where it's basically a combo-tastic fiesta, and then Runic is just the basically the protection engine that they use, and I definitely like it, but it's a little too big-brained for me to handle, so I opted for something like this instead, a more controlling variant of Runic. So let's banish. Let's see what we get off the top here, and we are facing off against Sky Striker. All right. So it's basically two control decks facing off against each other, and they do have banish style removal, so they could ooh, yeah, this is ooh. Okay, so we're gonna get our monster negation down. We're not going to go into Barkion here because they do not have any trap cards, but they do have a lot of monster negation. Or rather, they do have a lot of monster effects. So we're just gonna leave it as is, and then we'll use Camellia's once per turn effect, because of course they had to put a once per turn on the newest piece of support. Where instead, because a lot of the Naturias, when they would activate their effects, they would need to tribute another one of themselves, or by that I mean they need to tribute another Naturia monster. Camellia basically just says, you know what, instead of doing that, just mill your deck instead, and it helps. It helps a lot. So let's see. Oh, just going straight into combat and going to hit me with the evenly matched. All right, he drew into another evenly matched, which is well, I'm not really surprised because I did manage to banish one of them, but I will retain the Runic Fountain here. Unfortunate that we're going to lose Sunflower because that's only a one-of. But we're gonna keep the Runic Fountain here. We're gonna negate everything else that you could potentially have. Okay. What does our opponent gonna do here? All right. Going into airspace. What's this? Yeah, Area 0. I forget that that's what it's called. Okay, area 0. Unfortunately, we don't have anything else in our graveyard for us to. I mean, it's a draw one is a draw one. No matter what deck you're running. So we're gonna see what else our opponent's gonna do here. Okay, mobilize and mobilize linkage. All right, sure. Let's see what else my opponent's gonna do here. Sending area 0. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see who else. Let's see what else he's gonna do. All right, going straight into Kagari. Interesting. Okay, what else are you gonna do here, opponent? I mean, I don't think he knows that I have a negation in hand. So let's see here. All right, Kagari will activate her effect. I'm assuming she will recycle. Yeah, recycling area 0. But we're gonna mill. We're gonna negate Kagari here, so that will force him to go into Shizuku. Okay. I wonder where he did go into Kaina first, so that he can get Mobilize Engage into rotation. All right. We got rid of one of the mecha modules. I'm not sure how many he runs in this specific build, but we're gonna find out soon enough. All right. We're gonna draw one. Okay. And hopefully we draw into another. Okay, we do not. All right. We can safely allow our opponent to pop off here, or help even kill us. Because if there's one thing that Sky Strikers have these days, it's a line to access code tower. So we'll see you guys at either the end of the duel or the beginning of my turn. Okay, we're back, and they ended with Shizuku, but we did at least draw into a freezing curses. So we desperately need a good draw here. We're not gonna summon any of our monsters just yet. I think it's just better at this point to just be milling them out. We're gonna see here. All right. What else did we banish? Effect Veiler. We got rid of Hornet drones. I think there's just a limited. Yep. All right. We permanently got rid of Hornet drones, so that's a relief. Okay, what does our draw one give us? Runic tip. All right, that's actually really good. All right, runic tip. We're gonna keep going here. Smiting storm is not gonna do too much. I think we should just go golden droplet and just mill them out as hard as possible on their turn. Yeah, we already drew our card, unfortunately, or we could just destroy Shizuku here immediately and set them back a turn or two. Yeah, I think that would be better compared to okay, they even have oh oh my god, they even have Regulus. So this is a go second variation of Sky Strikers. Okay, yeah, better there now than later. Yeah, we're gonna play at sorcery speed. So yeah, they're gonna get back a Ray. Then we just move to our opponent's turn. Yeah, I think I should just keep it at off because I'm not gonna be doing too much anyway. So yeah, that's just a small update to this duel. I don't know how much longer I have for this world, but we're gonna keep going until somebody trips over and dies. We'll see you guys there. Okay, we're back, and unfortunately, I was outcontrolled by the control deck from 2019. Oh, we just roll with punches like that around here, so we move on to the next duel. I'm going second, so I'm worried about my prospects here. But let's see. Oh, we have Max C at least, so it can draw us out of. Well, this is a decent hand, but Signet Mining is usually a sign that we're facing off against Math Mech. Either that or it's Salamangreat. But we're gonna bait their Ash Blossom here. If nothing, then this may just stop their turn entirely, which is always a possibility. What are you gonna search upon it? Oh, it's Ignister. All right. So there's a wombo combo chameleon deck, and they could ignore the Maxi altogether and just just normal summon Ignister and pass. But unfortunately, no, they're gonna go to Dark Infant and probably end on a monster that we cannot deal with, which is usually the Link 6 monster, whose name that I never seem to remember off the top of my head every time. But yeah, we'll just see you guys at their end board. There we go. I'm now just remembering. It's literally just called the Arrival. The Arrival. So that's how you know it's a big deal when their boss monster is called the Arrival. See you guys at their end board. Okay, we're back, and I am not quite sure what happened. My opponent surrendered, so I'm pretty sure they screwed up their combo somewhere. Either that or they knew that I was drawing too many cards that they will not be able to play through whatever bullshit that will be had when I have that many cards in hand. If there's one thing I know about Ignister is they cannot fight through Max C so well. So yeah, I mean, after suffering 2 losses, I mean, I guess we were due for a win? Question mark. A win is a win. Next duel. There's one thing that this duel has taught me over time is that the non-stun variants of Runic is extremely fun to play. It forces you to think rather than just sit on floodgates and pass. I prefer this version of Runic over the more the more slow variants any day. So we're gonna bait their negation first because they're a 60 card deck, but I think it's safe to assume that they don't have it because 60 cards, the likelihood of you getting into what you need is extremely unlikely. Okay, I think just going to Sunflower here is Gucci, all things considered, or we can go into Mole Cricket instead and then just go with it on the blind. But no, we're gonna get our monster negations up and running here. Okay. Okay, we're gonna special summon Sunflower. Monster negation is online. There we go. We don't need to do too much here. Okay. Then I guess we should save our monster negation for later. And of note, usually sometimes it's just good to draw even just one card off of Runic Fountain, and save your at least one other card for later. No, we're not going to use you again because we already have one. We already have a fountain on the field, so we just draw one, and this is it. Yeah, this is a decent board, all things considered. Infinite Impermanence does kill us here, but that means our opponent's just going to have to contend with a live Runic board. Yeah. 60 cards. What are they gonna do? Let's see what our opponent has for us. 60 cards, so it could literally be anything. Although, if they do start with that grass that looks greener, we have absolutely no way of fighting through that. Sure, that's fine. I could have destroyed it because it is a face-up spell trap on the field. But this will definitely inform us on the type of bullshit they could be on. No, sending Mudora instead, alright? I could negate it, but I love my stuff in the graveyard anyway. Okay, if you're gonna deck it like that, I don't think I have any better targets here. We're gonna quote-unquote destroy it because we can, and we're gonna reduce their numbers a bit here because Mudora is already in the graveyard, and before they can do anything else. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What the fuck? What is this? What is this? Ojama Pajama? Sending Ojama Duo? Okay. I am scared. I am scared. Mom, please come pick me up. I have no idea what my opponent is on. Ojama Pajama is usually an indication of bullshit. So we're gonna find out. And Obedience Schooled is, now I'm more than convinced that this is just a 60 card Ojama deck with some spicy stuff thrown in. I have no idea what my opponent could potentially be on. I will definitely have to check their deck list in match history once we're able to do so. I don't even wanna. I can't even words right now. Okay, Rescue Cat. We cannot unfortunately negate that because it sacrifices itself for cost. Just going to combat, getting rid of Sunflower, I assume. Which is like, okay then. Fine. Do we negate its effect? Of course not. Okay, getting rid of Sunflower there. That's fine. What else are you gonna do here, opponent? Use Rescue Cat now? Question mark. It's not a quick effect, so yeah, do it now or forever hold your peace, I guess. Um, I have no idea what else you could potentially be on here, but yeah. Um, Before my opponent fries any more of my brain cells, I'll just see you guys at whatever interesting point my opponent managed to cook up, or they could just surrender, and then we'll just look at their deck list. We'll see you guys there. Okay, so small update. I think I've pretty much seen everything my opponent has at this point, although he does have a few choice cards that like definitely bloats his deck by a significant mile. So he has managed to jam Melfi's, Ojamas, and Paleozoics all into one deck. And I have no idea how many more he has in here. In fact, I am very, very scared in seeing what he could potentially have. He did manage to run me out of cards. He has managed to chew through a lot of the shit that I've tried to throw at him. Both of my runic fountains are in the graveyard. I have no idea how much further this duel is gonna go, but my brain has been fried to a small smidge on the ground now. He is fusions. See, his synchro shokaning into Baron de Fleur. I did not know that was a thing, but okay, sure. Negate this, bitch. Okay, that's about what I expected, and I don't think we're not dead though. Because Oppo Binya has 0 attack, so he's only swinging for 5,400. Although we do need to draw into something significant this turn, or else we are definitely gonna die. Unless, of course, he manages to assemble 2,000 more points of damage on board, but in which case, we're gonna go over his deck list real quick. Okay, we're back, and normally this is the part where I would, cut to the I'll cut to the end screen and show you my deck list, but this is a pretty goddamn spicy list, and I didn't even get to see the ABC dragon. No wonder he was running Ojamas. What the hell? Why do you have this many things? And you even have a way to level modulate using smoke mosquito. What the hell? Opponent, what kind of spicy meatballs were you on? You could just cut this down into the ABC deck that everybody is used to. Why would you bloat your deck like this? But it's their way of doing it, so I mean it worked. He did manage to kill me with it. So there's that. I'm at a loss for words. Hide and seek is even here when you could just use other stuff instead, but he only has one of each of the Melfies, so my ass got kicked by doing that. Yeah, I have no more words to say, but I don't you don't see it on cam because I play off cam a lot, but my win rate with Runic, Naturia Runic, or Rules of Nature, is pretty good. A little over 50%. Basically, 3 out of every 5 duels I win, and yeah, it's a really good control deck. It will definitely be the deck that I will be running forward from here. Running rather from here on out until, of course, something more powerful comes along. But yeah, looking at this, see, this is why I like Master Duel. You get to see spicy stuff like this in an official capacity. So yeah, if you like what you saw, hit like, comment, subscribe, and share all this among your friends. And until next time, toodles.